Hey everybody, what is up? It's the Tominator here. So in this video today, I wanted to take a break from my usual type of content because if you didn't know already, my channel is dedicated to covering IFBB professional bodybuilding. And obviously this video has nothing to do with that, as you might surmise by the title. So what I wanted to discuss here with you today is something that not a lot of YouTubers are willing to open up about because after all, the topic of money tends to be a sensitive subject for a lot of people, and rightfully so because it is a personal matter and it's no one's business but your own at the end of the day. But still, in my case, this whole YouTube thing is just kind of like a side hobby. It's something I do on the side. It's not how I earn a living, so I don't feel as touchy about revealing to you guys how much I make from it and everything, because it's just something I do for fun to make a few extra bucks on the side. So that being said, we're going to get into that a little bit later, but just a little disclaimer first of all, and number one is that I'm not doing this to brag, okay? I'm not doing this to just, stun on you guys and tell you how much, I'm making so much money and all that. No, it's just, it's more a matter of, me being transparent because, like I said, not a lot of YouTubers do this sort of thing, and I feel like you guys have a right to know, and I'm sure a lot of you are curious about it, so hopefully you'll find this interesting. If not, why did you click on the video? So, so that's number one. Number two is that this is me speaking from my own experience, okay? It's not like I took a survey or a poll of other YouTube channels, so I can only speak for myself here, and you have to keep in mind that your mileage can and most likely will vary. So the thing with YouTube and the ad income that you generate from your channel is that it will vary tremendously from person to person, depending on your location. So which country you live in, that has a huge impact. With countries in the West, such as the US and Canada, tending to earn more than places like India, for instance. That's one example. Also, the subject matter of your channel, that has a big part to play in it too. And whether your videos are all deemed suitable for all advertisers, etc., etc. There's just so many different factors that come into play that are largely out of your control. So you have to keep that in mind. As a general rule of thumb, I have heard that you can expect to be making about $1 per every 1,000 views. And that might not sound like much, but trust me, it adds up over time. So, again, it's going to vary from channel to channel. Some people might bring in $3 or $4 per every 1,000 views, while others that are less fortunate might only take home, say, 30 cents. So in my own experience, this number is actually closer to $1.5 to $2 per every 1,000 views, so I guess I'm one of the more lucky ones. But again, I can't say what it will be in your case if you decide to start a channel. So basically, this brings me to my next point, and before we dive into all my personal numbers and stuff, and that is that views are king when it comes to YouTube, okay? Subscribers are nice, likes are nice, that's all good stuff, but at the end of the day, views is what's going to generate your income for you, because the more views you have, the more advertisements are shown on your videos, the more money you're going to make. So basically, you can look at it like more views equals more money. And obviously that's tremendously oversimplifying it, but that's pretty much the gist of it, and it's all you really need to know at a high level in order to get started. Alright, so let's check it out. So this is my channel homepage. As you can see, I have just over 9,700 subscribers at the present time. If we go over here, this is where we can check out some of the more interesting stuff in the Creator Studio. The dashboard, we see again the subscriber count. We also see the total number of views across all my videos. So I believe I have over 100 videos now. I started the channel back in September of 2016. I didn't start monetizing anything until, 111. I did not start monetizing any of my content until January of 2017. I just didn't want to deal with setting it up. I just wanted to see whether I was even going to stick with it or not, whether it'd be worthwhile. But as a general rule of thumb, I would recommend that you monetize your content as soon as possible. There's really no drawback to doing that because, everyone's used to ads on YouTube nowadays, and if you don't want to see them, you just get ad block or whatever. So it's not really a big deal. It's not going to turn anyone away. So you only stand to gain from it. I believe YouTube's made a rule now where you have to have over 1,000 subscribers rather, in order to begin to monetize your content. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but when I was starting my channel, that wasn't the case. So I could have monetized it from day one. But as it was, I only lost out on a couple $100, so it's not a big deal. Now, if we go over to the Analytics tab, this is where all the juicy info is, okay? So we'll check this out. It always defaults to the last 28 days. I don't like that. I like to sort it by month because YouTube pays out once a month. So if I go to this month, April, we can see month's not through yet. It's always a couple days behind. So it's the 21st today, but it only shows me up until the 19th. You can see it gives you some, it breaks it down into several major statistics like watch time. I don't find this one too useful. Views is more interesting. This is just total views from unique viewers on all your videos. Estimated revenue. Again, this will be in American dollars. So what's interesting is that I live in Canada, so whatever number they give here, it always tends to be about only 78 to 80% of what I actually end up taking home, because when you convert it to Canadian currency, the number's inflated, right? So this is just kind of a ballpark. Right now I'm at about $500 US, so that's probably closer to 600 Canadian. And it'll even break it down for you based on video. Your top 10 videos in terms of views, you can sort it by estimated revenue. And yeah, you'll see that what tends to happen is you'll have a few videos that tend to make the majority of your income for you. These are your cash cows, so to speak. And these tend to be the ones with the highest number of views. So you can see on this one, 135,000 views. This video was ridiculous. I don't know how it took off. It had no business taking off, but it's become my most watched video on my entire channel. It's got, I don't know, 600,000 views or something at this point. My next highest is maybe like just over 400, 450. And next to that, I don't have anything over 200,000 views. So this video, my biggest disappointments on the 2018 Arnold Classic. I mean, this was an afterthought. I did it basically after the fact as like, oh, you know what, I've already done the top 3 pleasant surprises. Let's talk about some of the biggest disappointments. And for some reason, YouTube recommended this video to everybody because I was getting people in the comments saying stuff like, you know, I was watching Fortnite. Why is this in the autoplay? What's going on, YouTube? So I had all these people who were like gamers and stuff and don't know anything about bodybuilding coming across this video and clicking on it. So I can't complain though. I mean, I just think that their algorithm must be a little bit wonky. But anyway, like I said, can't complain. So these are my highest videos here for this month. Now, last month in March was my by far most successful month. You'll see this actually translates to $2,500 Canadian as reported to me in Google AdSense. I'm going to be getting a deposit for that much, which is by far my best paying month ever. Then again, it was my busiest month ever. I cranked out 18 videos, and normally I only do about, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7 videos per month because this is a part-time thing for me. I kind of work off inspiration, so when I'm inspired to produce a lot of content, I'm going to put out more than usual, but in general, bodybuilding's a bit of a slow sport. There's not too many big shows or events throughout the year. There's only really 2 major shows. The Arnold Classic was one of them, so that happened in March, so that's why I was putting out so much content that month. And yeah, next to this, my second most successful month, just for comparison, was back at Mr. Olympia time in September, and I pulled in about just under $900 that month. So in general, I'm only making about $400 or $500 a month. And this is, you know, as someone who's a smaller channel, like I said, only just under 10,000 subscribers now. So, you know, it's not bad money, I got to say, as a part-time hobby, because I only spend maybe about, what, you know, 4 or 5 hours making a video. Sometimes it's less than that, sometimes a little more, but on average, that's probably it. So if I crank out 4 videos a month, you know, that translates into quite a lot of money for what it's worth. So it's definitely a good hobby to have. So yeah, guys, that's the breakdown for my channel. That's kind of just to give you guys a inside glimpse into the financial realities of being a part-time YouTuber. And you know, it might not be that much. You know, it's certainly nothing to live off of, but it might be more than you expected. So it's definitely like a cool hobby to have. So again, I'm not doing this to brag, just for the interest of being transparent and to satisfy your curiosity. That's why I'm doing this. I want to keep it real with you guys always. So in general, though, there's kind of like I just wanted to riff off, you know, the pros and cons of being a YouTuber, because it's not all sunshine and roses over here. You know what I'm saying? So, but on the positive side, I mean, number one is that you guys, you obviously get to do something you love. You get to talk about a topic that you're passionate about, right? And that's something that a lot of us, we can't say the same for our day jobs, obviously. I mean, we can't say that we love being an accountant and crunching numbers, or being a programmer, or, mopping toilets and floors like a janitor or whatever, Like, most jobs kind of suck, and YouTube is kind of peachy by comparison. I mean, and the other thing is you get to set your own hours, man. So that's the second pro to it. I mean, obviously, if you produce content more regularly, that's going to be more beneficial to you. Your channel's going to grow faster. You're going to make more money. But no one's forcing you to do it. So you can, put out one video a week if that's all you want to do. You can put out one video a month. No one's forcing you to continue to put out content. So it's all up to you. And that leads me into my third point now. The third bonus, and this is probably the best one, is that a lot of the income that you make is largely passive. So what I mean by that is that you continue to make money, and the dollars continue to trickle in even as you're sleeping, man. So because you continue to make money from old videos, right? As viewers come across your old content, I still make money off of videos that I put out a year ago. And the more videos you have, the more it continues to stack and add up. So it's really a beautiful system. And if you listen to anybody who knows financially what they're talking about, like all the rich investors and entrepreneurs out there, they all say the same thing. They all say it's all about setting up multiple passive income streams. And YouTube is a largely passive income stream. And when you're doing it in addition to a normal day job, it's really a nice little bit of disposable income you're bringing in. Okay, on the negative side, though, there are a couple of complaints, some bad stuff you got to think about, okay? Number one is that it's highly volatile. It's very unpredictable how much you're going to make month to month, or video to video, whatever. As you saw, I told you guys I only generally make between say $300 to $500, historically speaking. Now I expect that number to probably be 500 to 1,000 going forward, but we'll see. No guarantees. But it varies tremendously month to month. I mean, this month in April, I'm probably only going to pull in about $1,000 tops. That's the upper limit. Compared to March, where I pulled in over twice that amount. I mean, just to put it in perspective, the entire year of 2017, I only made about $3,500. March, I almost made that same amount in 1 month. So, I mean, that just shows you guys how crazy and unpredictable it can be. So, number two is the lack of security, right? I mean, this is the thing, man. There's no alternatives to YouTube. So if YouTube, if Google decides one day they're going to change their revenue sharing program, because currently it's about 55% that you guys get to take home as a content creator, and YouTube and Google takes the other 45%. What if they change it so it's like the reverse? Now you're only bringing home 45%. Can you afford to take that financial hit of 10% less income? And still be able to pay all your bills on time. So that's something to take into consideration. Also, if YouTube goes down the gutter or gets replaced, and suddenly all these YouTubers are out of jobs, like, what do? Do you put that on a resume? It doesn't exactly lend itself to getting more jobs in the future. There's not really a whole lot of transferable skills here. So it's not like a regular job. If you get fired or laid off, you can go find another job doing something similar because you have all these skills already. With YouTube, where are you going to go aside from YouTube? There's nowhere else that does this. So that's something to consider. That's why I don't think it's wise to put all your eggs in this one basket. If that's what you plan on doing, you better be making a large surplus, because you better be making a lot more than you need, just in case, shit hits the fan or goes sour, So, and the last thing is, of course, this is the internet, man. So there's going to be trolls galore. There's so many, it's amazing how, the anonymity of the internet just emboldens all these people to say whatever the hell they want and treat you like a piece of shit if they feel like it. So there's so many trolls and haters. So if you have a thin skin, if you're adverse to criticism, you're probably not well suited to being a YouTuber, because you're gonna get it, man. Trust me, you're gonna hear a lot of hateful and just horrible, negative feedback that largely can be completely unwarranted. There's just so many assholes online. So that's something you have to take into consideration if you're going to start a YouTube channel. So that's all for this one, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. Hopefully you took a lot away from this, and feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more. If you're into bodybuilding and you're not subscribed to my channel already, well, you know what to do. So thank you for watching, everyone. All right, so until next time, guys, I'm the Tominator signing off, and I'll be back.